Hi, this is Doug and Cindy. Welcome to Elder Law Practice 5Cast, and today we're going to be talking about some safeguards to add to your power of attorney. We've talked about powers of attorney here previously, but it's important not only to have a great power of attorney, but have some safeguards in there, and you've got a really good story about this.
Okay. Story. Judy falls, breaks a hip, goes to the hospital. Well, she hadn't been taking real good care of herself, and her body is septic. So she has been given some strong medications to clear up the sepsis, goes through the surgery, and while she's in the hospital, it's like the drugs just have her really talking crazy. So her son flies in from out of state, busy, business owner, and he sees that she probably won't be able to take care of herself after this is over. So he gets a doctor to say that Judy can no longer take care of her business and personal affairs. So he activates the power of attorney that Judy had signed, giving him authority to make decisions on her behalf. So then she transfers to a skilled nursing facility, does rehab. He goes back to where he came from, and he transitions Judy from the skilled facility to an assisted living facility because she doesn't need a whole lot of care. But in the meantime, he sells her house, sells her car, puts her personal stuff in storage, sells some of it on eBay. He has changed her life with that document because she gave him the authority to do this. But he kind of went a little overboard.
And people don't think about the fact sometimes when you create a power of attorney, you're giving your agent under the power of attorney that you appoint the power to step in your shoes and do anything that you could have done were you able to do it yourself. And a lot of times we're dealing with end of life, and dad's got Alzheimer's and he's never going to get any better, and maybe the kids need to make some decisions to help him get in a nursing home and protect what assets they can. But sometimes it's earlier in life and something happens, you have a car wreck or you have a temporary medical issue, and you're down for the count for 6 weeks or whatever, 2 months, 2 years, but then you get better. And when you get better, you're back. But what if while you were down, your agent takes actions that you're not in the same position you were in before you got down? And so these are all things to think of. So what can you do, some safeguards that you can put in your power of attorney to help protect you in case that happens?
So one of them is to do a third-party accounting. So if Judy had put in her power of attorney that everything she does, everything her agent does under the power of attorney, he has to account to a third party every 3 months. So that means get financial statements, bank accounts, brokerage accounts, credit card charges, everything. All of these go to a third party to do a review every 3 months. And the purpose of this is to make sure that there's not any abuse.
You could have you can have a second signature on there, and it's more hassle, but you can do that. Require 2 people to sign off on a particular action before they can take it on your behalf.
You could name a third party to kind of oversee what the agent is doing, and if they do things that are not in your best interest, then the third party can revoke that power of attorney.
And of course, you can always revoke it yourself if you've got the capacity to do so. So, like in this your story, when this person gained their capacity again and they're back okay again, they can revoke it. But the damage may have been done anyway in the past. You can have a gifting power in there, give someone the power to make gifts on your behalf while they're incapacitated. You can have limited powers.
Right. You can do the gifts, like you've always done Christmas gifts and birthday gifts, but you can limit it to dollar amounts. So you can limit those gifting powers, or limit other powers, like restrict them from changing the beneficiary on a life insurance policy, or changing the transfer on death or payable on death accounts, which would alter your estate plan that you had very carefully put in place. So the point is A power of attorney is something you really need because it gives someone else the authority to act on your behalf in the event that you can't.
Yeah.
But limiting some of their powers is sometimes a good idea.
Yeah. That's a real good idea. It's a good idea to put some thought into this. The biggest mistake we see people making is just not having a power of attorney at all.
Exactly.
And when it's too late, it's too late. When you've lost your capacity, you've lost your power to make one of these. So please don't let this scare you off. But the point today is just be careful, because the person you appoint steps in your shoes and they can take actions on your behalf. So you may want to have some safeguards in there. And I guess also important is check with your attorney. What Cindy and I are saying, even though we are attorneys, this is not legal advice, and you need to check with your attorney because each situation is different, and check with your attorney to get it prepared properly for you. So thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel if you want to be notified in the future. Click the little bell right next to the subscribe button.
For more information, check the description below. And again, thanks for joining us today. And thank you for being a caregiver for your loved one. You're making a huge difference in their life.